People know enough to be dangerous about estate planning, so they know what their neighbors have done or what their siblings have done, and it worked for them, which is great. But I think everyone has an individual need that is not cookie cutter. So you can't do an estate plan based on what your neighbor did, or maybe even what your grandmother did, because everyone has different assets, different situations. So people that do that tend to get themselves maybe into trouble, or not even themselves, but it's when they die that it's discovered that it wasn't done appropriately. Big part of what I do is educating clients, giving them information that lets them make choices as far as how to move forward with their estate plan. It's an overwhelming thing to really think about for many people. It's an emotional thing. So I can work with people to really get down to what they need to do to get it accomplished. Often people think that they need an estate plan just to determine where their assets go or to provide for minor children in the event that they die. Equally important is getting documents in place that provide if you become incapacitated. Even more important, honestly, don't you want to be in control who would be writing the checks for you or who's making your medical decisions? Many people don't know that you can have a guardian for an adult. That's a long court process. It's very stressful. By doing some simple documents, it could be avoided if you were to become incapacitated. When I meet with a client, a lot of people want to have an initial meeting with me or a phone call, which is a good idea. I think clients need to feel comfortable with who they're working with an attorney that's their estate planner, because you often have to share information about your family or about yourself that's sensitive. I can only help prevent any family fighting that I know about. So somebody has to be comfortable enough to share with me what their family situation is. So you have to have an advisor, not only that you trust, but you're comfortable enough to have that conversation with. Typically, it would be 3 meetings for an estate plan to be completed. So I often have people call and want to know what the process is. And that's a good question, because to be realistic, I want to make sure that they can complete the plan. So it can be pretty involved outside of meeting with me, just because there's a lot of decisions that need to be made and things that need to be thought through. But honestly, most people probably have already thought through a lot of those, and it's just a matter of getting it down on paper.